third down and 5 as we look at the offensive lineup from top to bottom for UCLA.
We've heard so much about Gary Beeben. I think Greg Jones has been one of the boys that has been overlooked on that last run. I think all of you recognize that he, too, can sort of slip past tacklers and have a good shot at him.
With a third down and 5, the Bruins with the ball at their own 32. Here is Gary Beeben, hoping to throw and runs up the middle. Gets outside to the 35. He did not make enough for the 1st and 10. Got 6 yards on the play. It's 2nd down and 4 for Southern California at their own 28. Sagi gives to Simpson again, who coming into this ball game in 9 games had carried the ball or thrown it, which he can do 241 times. Larry Agajanian, the left guard for UCLA on defense, made the tackle. The ball now is at the 25, a loss of 3, so it's going to be a 3rd down and 7 here in Los Angeles. It's set out here to the near side. Sagi. There's McCullough, number 22, but the pass, as a result of a strong pass rush by UCLA, was short. So that brings up a 4th down and 7. Agajanian and Alan Clayman, blue and gold on the left. Nuttall to the far side, number 89. The split end in the slot is Busby. Notice how small the slot is to the near side. As Greg Jones tried to move outside, but keeping him hemmed in was Tim Rosevich. Farmer, number 85, is to the near side, 3rd and 10. Busby in the slot. Here's Beeben. And the Trojan defense is right there, covering the secondary well, and Jim Gunn, number 56, a sophomore, defensive right end, got Beeben, threw him for a loss, back to the 35. So it's going to be a 4th down and 15, and today SC has the ball now, 1st and 10 at its own 28-yard line, and O.J. Simpson, who has carried the ball each time, may have gotten a yard on the play, or let's see, no gain at all. An eye in the backfield. Bob Klein is split a little bit to the far side. McCullough is out. The pass is going in his direction, overthrown by the quarterback, Steve Sagi. So it's a punting situation, 4th down and 9. The 4th punt of the ball game. Mark Gustafson, number 26, awaits the Southern California punt. Out of bounds, and again, as a result of a short punt, UCLA comes forward as we look at a final score, and Yale has downed Princeton. 3rd quarter, Minnesota in a big battle with Indiana for a right to play in the Rose Bowl against the winner here today. Tennessee, an impressive score over Mississippi. Clemson in North Carolina. Kansas, 10-7 over Oklahoma. Dave Nuttall to the far side. Copeland to the near side. Nuttall, number 89. And UCLA has its first completion of the afternoon. Pat Cashman, the defensive halfback, covered on the play as we look at Nuttall. But as UCLA shifts, they have the initial 1st down of the game. From the 35 of Southern California, this is Gary Beeben, the quarterback, faking beautifully. Getting inside the 25. Number 50 is Adrian Young, the Dublin, Ireland-born linebacker for Southern California's
Sweep run by the quarterback. Watch Purdy here. He hooks the end, but the end moved inside as Beeben broke inside. Beeben does read the block perfectly, and as he went down, he did pinch his rib.
1st and 10 now from the 24 with a new quarterback, Bill Bolden from San Diego, sophomore. Greg Jones carried the ball for the Bruins. No score in the game. We have approximately 8 minutes remaining in the 1st quarter. An engineering major has his work cut out now for him as Greg Jones off tackle. And inside the 15 of the Trojans.
I've been waiting for UCLA to run up the middle, as I'm sure most of you have been looking at the defense.
Field. Short slot. Jones now moving back into the set. Busby to the far side as they go for the 1st down. Rick Purdy, the fullback at 208 pounds, gets the 1st down for UCLA, and it's number 3 for the Bruins. George Farmer in the slot now, and the give is to Greg Jones. Jones is in for a UCLA touchdown. Look at it again.
You see, power sweep, Beeben leading with Purdy. Watch Beeben now down the field as he makes his block. Jones reading the block, breaking inside, sensing the goal line, turning on the speed, and getting all the way to the end zone.
47 yards in 8 plays, a 12-yard touchdown by Greg Jones, and a happy UCLA cheerleader as ABC and the NCAA combine to bring you all the thrills and festivities of college football. Again, 8 men up front. The eye, and here is O.J. Orenthal James Simpson, number 32. It's 3rd down and 11. Ron Drake to the far side. Steve Soggy looks for pass blocking. Dan Scott, the fullback, was the intended receiver to the kick. Here is Aldridge. Coming into the game, averaging about 35 yards a punt. Gets that one off extremely well, forcing Gustafson back at his own 37, out to the 40, moving to the 45, midfield. They're in SC territory. UCLA with the ball, and we have a penalty flag down at the UCLA 48-yard line. 15 yards against UCLA, leading in the ball game, 7-0. 4.5 minutes left in the first quarter. Timeout here at the Coliseum in Los Angeles, where the score is UCLA 7, USC nothing. Slot into a set behind Beeben and gets the pitch immediately. But Pat Cashman, a senior from Long Beach, California, number 30, was not fooled by the play. Slot formation with McCullough in the slot to the near side. And you saw a lot of light blue jerseys, UCLA jerseys, seeping through into the backfield of Southern California. That is, if you're watching in color, as you see Cornell down Dartmouth 24-21.
The interior linebackers for UCLA, Manning and Ballou, will shoot the gaps as the defensive guards slant one way or the other. Let's watch.
3rd down and 7 now. Simpson was to the far side. Soggy hopes to throw. And the UCLA defense throws Southern California for a loss. Left 34, UCLA with the ball. Beeben with a flanker to the far side, split him to the near side. Lofts went out there to number 87, Rich Spendler. Now you're looking at the all-time leaders in total offense of the major colleges. Today, Gary Beeben, who was in the number 8 spot, has already passed Terry Baker. So now he can set his sights on the people ahead of him. 1st and 10 from the 44. There's Jones for UCLA.
Very quickly, it's tough for him to make yardage.
Farmer in the slot to the far side. Nuttall going out on a pass pattern along with Farmer, and out in the flat. Ooh, an interception, and it's touchdown, Southern California. Pat Cashman, there he goes. If there are no flags on the play,
there are none. Watch Beeben now as he fakes. His fake was to Jones, and then he turns and throws the ball back to Jones, but Cashman read it perfectly, came in, picked it off at the high point, and it's smooth and easy sailing to the end zone.
A 35 yards. So there it is, a great tie ball game here at Memorial Stadium. But I know that you're not disappointed in what has happened thus far.
For Chevrolet's sports department, here's Paul Horning.
This is really a beauty. I guess this Chevelle 396 could win just about any popularity contest on the campus. Everything about it is new, from its looks right down to its quick new size. They call the SS 396 the Chevelle for the driving man, and you better believe it. The heavy-duty suspension and wide oval tires give you a great road feel. Standard engine's a big 396 cubic inch V8. No wonder the SS 396 is so popular. It's one of the sportiest cars this side of Corvette. See for yourself. Drive one. At your Chevrolet dealer sports department.
The downfall of Simon Pure. You were so beautiful, Simon, until you did what I feared. You got hooked on that spoiler, Simon. Soon you'll have no beard. Poor Simon, Simon in your flower, Simon. Go and cut your hair. The worst has happened, Simon. You've turned into a square. Poor Simon, Simon pure. Now you're spoiled and there is no cure.
This is a telephone. Any 6-year-old knows how to use a telephone. This is an input device to the world's largest information network. Businessmen who've learned how to use this network have found new ways to sell, to inventory, to order, new ways to profit. Just another phone? Only if you haven't learned to use it. Right now on the information network, computers are chatting with computers and with people. Drawings and pictures pulsate through it, while salesmen, using some of its 90 million terminals, electrically extend themselves in an instant to find their prospects. Whatever you're moving, voice, video, or data, remember, no one knows more about moving information than the people who run the world's largest information network. Call your Bell Telephone business office for an appointment with your communications consultant. He'll show you why we say a phone is just a phone, till you learn how to use it.
Forward progress stopped at the 44, gain of 2, so it's going to be a 3rd down and 3. The series record. USC winning the majority, as you see. Easton 10 at its own 13. Steve Soggy is the quarterback. And O.J. Simpson found some daylight and then was foul-driven back to the 14 or 15.
He fumbled the ball, Chris, but very alertly, another Southern California man, Scott, was there to make the recovery. He does turn it on inside. Watch him be hit now.
By Cat Ballou. Mike
as
Ballou.
Ballou lowers that boom. He's that linebacker coming in free. You can see Simpson in the air. Watch him get hit right here. Double team. There goes the ball. And it was recovered by Southern California.
Back live, 2nd down and 10. Gustafson at the 45, midfield into Southern California territory. 40, 35, 30. Cutting across, Gustafson is inside the Trojan 15. O.J. Simpson saved a touchdown for his team as we look at it in slow motion.
It's a 37-yard punt. Here he starts back down the field, and watch his blockers now. Clean them out as he starts along the sidelines. He had speed enough to get outside of the pursuing lineman. Here's a beautiful block. Perfectly timed. It's not a clip. He did get his head in front of the hips. And Simpson.
Jones and Purdy set behind Gary Beeben. And it's a pitch to Jones, who couldn't hang on to it. But he did recover the loose ball. And it is a loss. Back to the 22-yard line, a loss of 7. 2nd down, 17.
And I think the play indicative of the tension of the game. It's a very simple toss. There's no option. It's simply turn, pivot, toss. And yet it was thrown just a little wild.
Bill Hayhoe, 6'8", 254 pounds, who replaced Southern California 22 in a tie ball game 7-7. Beeben. What poise. Beeben taking all the time in the world, going to the far side. Is up at 7-7. UCLA has a 3rd down and 9, and here is Beeben from the 14 of Southern California. He's had to run to try to get back to the line of scrimmage. Did he make it? Play attack is going to try one now from the 22 plus the 10 yards of the end zone. 32 yards, and the game is still tied here in California. No good. From their own 20-yard line. On reverse, this is Earl McCullough, a speedster. He's up to the 40. And a loose ball. Earl McCullough on a reverse comes around, makes good yardage. The ball squirted out. 3-yard effort.
All of the fake coming this way, as you can see. The UCLA linebacker shot, opened it up perfectly. It appears that he's in the clear. Manning comes across, pulls him down, and as he hits the ground now, he drops the ball. But Scarpace has every...
Live now, 1st and 10 for the Trojans from the UCLA 28. As O.J. Simpson being keyed on today. and defensively brilliant by UCLA. Touchdowns and had thrown for 3 touchdown passes. As Oklahoma comes from behind to down Kansas 14-10. Simpson today has carried 9 times for 7 yards. It's a 2nd down and 10 for the Trojans. Steve Soggy fakes a handoff to Simpson, who blocks, and the pass is complete to McCullough. Agajanian and Floyd Reese. A final, Michigan, downing Wisconsin, and Purdue continuing to win against Michigan State today. UCLA territory, Steve Soggy. Simpson. There's his brilliance. 13 yards. Touchdown.
I couldn't see any daylight, but he could.
A tremendously gifted athlete. Number 32, O.J. Simpson. The block thrown by Steve Lammer.
But you young football players watch this one. It gives you an idea of how a great ball carrier moves. He turns upfield behind his blocking and then lights that afterburner. Defense pursuing, but they can't quite get to him. He sees that goal line and watch those legs stride for it. He's got that extra burst of speed, that great balance, foot on the ground as he's hit, and his determination carries him into the end zone. A truly remarkable
Side. Steve Stanley, who was in the slot, number 38. SC has 2, but Southern California leads 14-7.
It's a very difficult play to stop. Beeben is such a threat on the quarterback sweep that the linebacker almost must force the play. That leaves the flat open as the wide man goes deep.
Stanley in the slot to the far side to give it to Jones. Purdy blocking on the play as Rosevich from his defensive end position, joined by Gary Magner. Jones has carried the ball now 9 times for 17 yards. Jones did score from 12 yards for UCLA, capping a 47-yard march at 6 minutes of the first quarter. And then Pat Cashman, at the end of the first period, approximately, he raced about 50 yards, 52 yards, with an interception on Beeben to tie the ball game up. And Simpson has scored, putting USC ahead. Here's Beeben, who can throw long. The bomb is going its way. Complete. Dave Nuttall. That ball was in the air, almost 60 yards.
Watching simply a streak pattern down the field. The faking in the backfield, of course, getting him open. And Beeben had the ball in the air about 60 yards, and he threw a strike, as you can see.
Southern California first down. Let's watch. And there is Pat Cashman, who replaces Beeben at quarterback. 2nd and 15 from the SC 20. This boy can run and seemed very cool under pressure. Intended for Dave Nuttall. 5 minutes remaining in the first half. Farmer is split to the far side. The SC defense was waiting for Greg Jones. Tim Rosevich also in on the play, number 55. Kick is a 37, and again repeating, 10 yards of the end zone. Make it 42 yards. Block. Jones carrying the ball. Jones back to the Southern California 42, where he's met by Ralph Oliver and Pat Cashman, Bud.
Go off on a rather low trajectory, so he has overloaded the defense to the bottom of your screen. You can see his beautiful kicking form here, but you can see the ball take off on that low trajectory, and that overloaded left side did come across.
It's time out here at Memorial Coliseum in Los Angeles, where the score is Southern California 14, UCLA 7. Now Southern California from their own 42 with a 1st and 10. Steve Soggy on a keeper. Beautiful faking play by the men of Troy in the backfield. O.J. Simpson to the 40. Enjoy the 2 bands and Andy. Earl McCullough to the near side now on a 3rd and 4. Soggy trying to get the necessary yardage for the first down, and It's close, but it's not enough, so it'll be a fourth down as Dave Nuttall is the potential receiver to the far side. Oh, an open set now as Jones carries it, finds the hole, and gets the first down for UCLA with time of factor now here near the end of the first half. Presented by a television network. In February, the pageantry and color of the Olympics. In October, same year, 1968, the biggest event in the world, the Summer Olympic Games. Now you add to this exclusive coverage of NCAA college football, NBA basketball, the Professional Bowlers Tour, the American Sportsman, an outstanding group of specials and bowl games, and of course the blue chip prestige golf tournaments such as the United States Open, the PGA, the British Open, the PGA Tour, all of it on ABC. Last time left, 54 seconds on the huge clock at the somewhat open end of the Memorial Coliseum in Los Angeles. 14-7, closing seconds of the first half. Beeben looking. Beautiful play to Rich Spendler. Spendler is across midfield. Adrian Young makes the play, and what helped make it go, 14-7, UCLA. Floating one out, overthrown to Rich Spendler. Well, now we have a 4th and 10 with about 17 seconds left in the first half. Jones now back in a set position along with Purdy. Here's Beeben giving to Jones. Jones may get through the hole. Jones is inside the 40, where he is stopped by Tim Rusevich. And it doesn't appear that it's enough yardage for the first down as Murphy and Slagle made the hole, holding on downs, Southern California. Draw was the call to Dan Scott. Time has expired. Remember, that's only the first half.
Christmas 1967, and Goodyear presents a new record album, The Great Songs of Christmas, starring Barbra Streisand, Tony Bennett, Sally Ann Howes, Robert Goulet, Steve Lawrence, the new Christy Minstrels, the Cleveland Symphony Orchestra, George Sell conductor, Brothers Four, Diane Carroll, John Davidson, the Harry Simeon Chorale, Jerry Vale, all in album 7 of the Great Songs of Christmas. 20 selections in a long-playing album. Just $1 at your Goodyear service store and most Goodyear dealers. Nothing else to buy. But hurry, it's a limited edition.
Come on. What's the problem, Doctor? They're waiting for you at the hospital.
I know, but I can't get my car started.
Come on, I'll take you.
Darn cold weather.
You of all people, Doctor. You ought to use that dry gasoline.
What gasoline?
Sunoco, dry gasoline. All winter long, your cold start. Like it's summertime.
With Sunoco dry gasoline, all winter long, your car starts like it's summertime.
People in the know, they're moving to Sunoco.
Well, Doctor, she gonna start?
Sure is. Now that I use your dry gasoline, she starts like it's summertime.
When you stop at Sunoco, you go with confidence.
It's easy to destroy a house. But with your insurance, rebuild your house at today's prices. Now there's an easy way to find out from INA, Insurance Company of North America, where imagination makes insurance more helpful to you. 2 out of 3 families don't carry enough insurance on their home to replace it at today's costs. Are you one of them? Your INA agent has a way to tell you in just a few minutes. Give him a call. He's in the yellow pages. When insurance comes from imagination, it comes to you from INA.
Here's how. New Super King Size Winston cigarettes, made long with an extra measure of the famous good taste that has made Winston America's largest selling cigarette. Buy a pack of new Super King Size Winstons today.
And now for you menthol smokers.
Winston comes up with a fresh idea. A Winston menthol in the Super King size. An extra long cigarette. And it's the best tasting yet.
What a taste. What a combo. Winston and menthol. And in the Super King size. Try new Winston menthol in the tall green and gold pack.
Not all to the near side. In the slot is Greg Jones, who comes back now. Farmer in the slot to the far side. Beeben looking. Beeben long to Copeland. Correction, Farmer. And UCLA is on the board. 53 yards. George Farmer, who had come in replacing Stanley, and Beeben complete a 53-yard play.
Once again, the fake in the backfield setting it up, Chris.
We have a timeout. Memorial Coliseum in Los Angeles, the score, USC 14, UCLA 14. Dan Scott and Earl McCullough. Second down at 7 for the Trojans from their own 26. Here is Steve Sagi flooding the zone to the near side. But the receivers were not open. And a loss tacked on by Alan Clayman. Was shaken up on that last play, so Bill Bolden apparently has got to go to work again as we look at UCLA's performance of the year.
The discussion there, Chris, the penalty is from the point of the foul. The holding occurred.
Linebackers Ralph Oliver and Jim Snow covered on the play, and Beeben is in pain. Vanderbilt 35, Navy 35, a final score here at the Memorial Coliseum in Los Angeles on a perfect day for just about anything. We have a tie game. UCLA 14, USC 14. UCLA tying it up after 2 minutes and 10 seconds of the third quarter on a 53-yard play, Beeben to Farmer. Right now we have a quarterback change for the Southern California. Earl McCullough, a flanker back to the near side of the field. UCLA, 3-yard loss. Backed on the quarterback by Floyd Reese, the linebacker.
Tightened that spot by adjusting the charge at the end.
Ricky Aldrich about to punt. Bad pass. It is partially blocked. And UCLA fighting for the ball. Has it in Southern California territory at about the 47 of 47 rather, of SC. Rick Purdy, the fullback. John Urquiaga.
Quick play, I believe, coming up here.
Now, third down at about 3 for UCLA. Dave Nuttall is split to the far side. Farmer in the slot. Beeben looking for Nuttall. Good hands. Dave Nuttall, the leading receiver for UCLA, grabs it, and it's a first down.
Ball is starting down here. It's the inside break. You see him breaking to the inside. The linebacker pursuing too far to the outside, and Beeben did drill that one in as perfectly as it's.
Flynn is to the near side, number 88. Nuttall is opposite. Beeben looking for Copeland in the end zone. Covered. And Bill Hayhoe throws Beeben for a loss to the 36, 19-yard loss. It'll be third down at 25. Ship since 1959. Third and 25. There's a hole, and Greg Jones goes through it to the SC 28. It's going to be a fourth down. Kick block. 47-yard attempt. It is blocked. The holder, Jones, has it. He gets a block. Bill Hayhoe, at 6 feet 8 inches tall, blocked the field goal attempt by UCLA, and Andrew Sheshan is 0 for 3. Saturday afternoons in the fall mean colorful college football on ABC. With timeout, the score is USC 14, UCLA 14. Southern California with Toby Page at quarterback, giving to O.J. Simpson, number 32. And the carry comes across the 30-yard line. Trojans with the ball. And it appears that Southern California has another first down, 4 of them thus far in the game. UCLA has 9, 40 of SC.
Then Simpson will give you some idea of how a real ball carrier operates. He got good blocking as he went past the line of scrimmage, and this is what he's learned to do as the season has progressed. Take that break to the outside to pick up that extra yardage. We showed it in the pregame show. Here the halfback is turning him in very well. That's Herrera. Looks like he's going to break this tackle, but it slowed him up just enough to allow the next defender to come across and make the stop for UCLA.
Hats off to Bob Klein, number 84, who in the process of that 18-yard play did some beautiful blocking for O.J. Simpson.
On the 2 previous downs, as anyone except the team pattern.
SC from the 42 of UCLA, Toby Page. Down at 7. Simpson inside the 35 to the 34. It'll be a 3rd and 2.
On the previous play, Chris, Don Manning came off the field. It looked as though he had jammed up his shoulder. He is an outstanding linebacker. If he cannot return, it will weaken the defense of UCLA.
With 2 minutes and 15 seconds remaining in the even, and Scott and Simpson behind him. And Toby Page had the right play at the right time. 84. Page, the quarterback, on a 2nd down and 9. Simpson.
We had the 8-man line that time, Chris, but O'Malley couldn't decide which side to go to.
They're winning big in Sunny Dollars at Sunoco. J. Reed Jarrett won $1,000. Isaac A. Walter won $1,000. June McReynolds won $100.
Yes, they're winning at Sunoco. Hundreds of thousands of Sunny Dollars winners so far. And how about this? Sunoco has boosted the Sunny Dollars jackpot to $3 million in cash prizes. So come on in and win up to $1,000. It's easy wherever you see this sign.
Here are more recent Sunny Dollars winners.
They're winning in the new Sunny Dollars game. They're playing at Sunoco, winning at Sunoco.
It happens every fall. This season, you'll go to the game more comfortably than ever before in a roomy, rugged 68 Chevrolet wagon. Whether you choose the new low-priced Chevelle Nomad with its smooth-riding, longer wheelbase, the stylish Bel Air wagon with its carpeted, all-vinyl interiors, or the new Caprice Estate wagon, luxurious with wood-grain styling, you'll arrive more relaxed than ever before, thanks to Chevy's silent ride of quality. And what better place for a pre-game picnic than the tailgate of a 68 Chevy? Chevrolet, a wagon to stand tall in. Convenient, luxurious, handsomely appointed. Yes, it happens every fall. This year, let it happen to you. See your Chevrolet dealer now.
This little demonstration is strictly for smokers who've never tasted a Camel cigarette. Camel smokers, you know what we mean.
I'd walk a mile for a Camel.
You other guys, start walking.
Where will it all end? Lots of cigarettes are going to great lengths for a little extra flavor. New Camel filters haven't had to. Our real tobacco taste satisfies longer without being longer. After all, the name is Camel. New Camel filters. With all the flavor you could ask for in a filter cigarette. Right? Right.
Pretty sharp. Of course, they'll never replace the razor blade. What makes them all cut so smooth? Something pretty rough. Avco makes it. A Bay State grinding wheel. Avco is one of the largest abrasives manufacturers in the world. Avco makes this, too. The unique Unisystem farm equipment. The people of Avco are pioneers in space. Avco Lycoming gas turbines power 8 out of 10 Army helicopters. The people of Avco are in more than a dozen growing businesses. You might say Avco's a pretty sharp company.
Bing Crosby narrates One Night Stands Tuesday on ABC.
California with a 3rd down and 9 from the UCLA 28. Toby Page has a pass intercepted. The UCLA defense lost and picked up again by Andy Herrera, number 20.
Field. Breaking on the sideline cut. And there's Herrera moving right in front of him perfectly, fumbling the ball, going back to get it. And then he picked up some good blocks here down the sidelines.
Gary Beeben, the quarterback. 1st and 10 from the 35. And he may have another first down as the pass is completed to Rich Spindler, who battled for it, number 87. He played defense a moment ago for UCLA as the offensive team now has the ball. On a 2nd down and 10, it's complete to Dave Nuttall at the SC 38. 98 yards. Farmer is the flanker to the far side. Short pass to Greg Jones. Jones, who this year had received only 7 passes coming into the ball game, is stopped by Terry and Cashman. Gary Beeben, number 16, looking things over, probably the leading candidate for the Heisman Trophy. Down, USC has 6.
The play begins right there in the huddle, Chris. The quarterback controlling the team at that point as he calls the signals, and Beeben does it.
As UCLA in a tie game has a 2nd down and 6. And Beeben gives to his fullback friend Rick Purdy of Los Angeles. Their game, Farmer is the flanker back to the far side. Nuttall is the split end to the near side. Beeben. There's Nuttall. Touchdown, UCLA! A 65-yard march capped by a 21-yard touchdown pass and run. Beeben with Greg Jones holding. And it is no good.
Flanker. Beeben was rolling away from him. Now Nuttall breaks across the middle. The linebackers were shooting. One of them moved to the outside there with the crossing back. He was wide open as he caught the ball, and then he does some fancy running here. Watch him cut back. One USC man fell over the other one, and when he saw that goal line, he was determined to get into it.
And following the touchdown, UCLA tried to... Soccer-style kicking of Andrew Sheshin, and the fleet-footed running now may be on display by Simpson at the 5, the 10, 15. He's up to the 20 now, has room to the 25, 30, pulling away, and sheer second effort brings him out to the 34-yard line. So Southern California has the ball at its own 34, first down. They trail by 6 points. They need 3 yards. First down and more. There's Simpson. Look at that cut. O.J. Simpson.
That's all she wrote.
64 yards. 64 thrilling, captivating collegiate football yards. And
anybody that can turn it on like this boy, Chris. There he is past the line of scrimmage. Watch him read his blocks downfield now. There's that fast break to the outside. Now he hesitates just a little bit. And as he turns back across the field here, he goes much further than the UCLA defenders, but he's so much faster, it makes no difference.
64 yards.
And we've got, again, a tie game.
And now Ricky Aldrich. We pointed out that the missed point after by Andrew Sheshin for UCLA. This is a boy that can put his team ahead. It's up and good. USC forges to the front. Excitement, color, and tradition every Saturday on NCAA college football. The timeout here, the score is Southern California 21, UCLA 20. There is the man that raced 64 yards from his own 36 to the UCLA end zone, and with Aldrich's point after, now Southern California leads 21-20. We've had a touchdown by each team in a matter of 1 minute. Holden was hurt. Beeben is in at quarterback. Gary Beeben from his own 14 finds Dave Nuttall, and Pat Cashman was on the tackle, number 30 in the scarlet and gold for the Trojans. 21-20. SC is in the lead.
Nuttall again starting down the field, either faking in the backfield, pulled the linebackers in. Nuttall is wide open on the sidelines. Very easy first down for UCLA.
29-yard line. Here's Beeben. And another strike to Nuttall, number 89. Covering was number 55, Jim Snow, and Sandy Durko.
I know you wonder how Nuttall gets open so consistently, but
first and 10, Copeland, a speedster to the far side. And Beeben avoided one tackler, Tony Terry, and then lost his balance. Down at 15 for UCLA, 14 of 22. The star, a superstar for Southern California. And right now, the defense of SC, which is actually not too big, but they're smart and agile. They find Beeben for a loss back to the 37, a loss of 9. It'll be 3rd and 24. Toby Page at quarterback from his own 21, first down. O.J. Simpson.
He's so fast, Chris, he can get right behind the blockers, control enough to slide off them either way. Watch him here as he follows his blockers. See him ready to cut to either side, and then having speed enough as he sees that little bit of daylight to go past on either side.
Early in the ball game, he had very few, 9 yards, a 7-yard average. First and 10. And the fullback, Dan Scott, who has been playing a blocking role all afternoon, carries that ball into UCLA territory. Simpson, SC from the UCLA 29. About 6 minutes to go in the ball game. Simpson.
The 8-man line again that time with the option play being run, Chris, but to avoid leaving the opening that is created by one more man than usual on the line of scrimmage.
There gives you an idea of what O.J. Simpson has done here today and what he has done throughout this year. A tremendous year for this junior from San Francisco, California, number 32. So it's going to be a 4th down and 6 for Southern California, and UCLA, I believe, has taken a timeout. They had 3 remaining. Southern California had only, it appeared, one World of Sports. Now, here is a 46-yard field goal attempt by Ricky Aldrich. It is short and wide. A 46-yard attempt, no good, on 4th and 6. And USC, leading by 1, now relinquishes the ball to UCLA with approximately 5 minutes and 45 seconds left in the game. Dave Nuttall on the near side. Farmer is the flanker back to the far side on 2nd and 9. Beeben. Look out. Jim Gunn, number 56, and Jim Snow, number 55, come up with a big defensive play for SC. Now number 17 is in single safety for Southern California. Andrew Sessions' boot coming out to the 47-yard line. Battle has it. Now going upfield, and Battle, who is number 4 in the country on punt returns, is down at the 43. UCLA takes over there following this 44-yard punt with Scott and O.J. Simpson. Scott blocking, Simpson carrying to the 35. About 8 yards. Don Manning on the tackle. And down and 2. Toby Page going for the 2 yards. Gets a block from Allman, the center, and Scarface, first down.
It'll be interesting, Chris, to see how close USC can come to using up the full 25 seconds.
In the backfield, Simpson and Scott. They need 6 yards. And Scott keeping it on the ground, trying to run out that clock as we have 1 minute and 55 seconds left in the game. Minute and a half to go. Page on a keeper. It's first down and ball control for the men of Troy. 10 at the UCLA 20. They lead by 1 point, 21-20. Toby Page, number 15. And is it a loose ball? Let's see. It is, and UCLA recovers.
A little over anxiousness, Chris. Toby Page pulled away just before the ball was snapped. He didn't make the exchange. And what a break for UCLA.
As we look at the clock, about 1 minute and 9 seconds. That's unofficial. So, afternoons like this will add more. Copeland to the far side now. That was Gary Beeben, and let's see what the call will be. Tim Rosovich barreling through. Yard. Negative 3-yard loss. Second down, 13. Here's Beeben. And now trying to get out of bounds, and also the catch was Ron Copeland. With a 3rd down and about 7. It's complete out to the 40 and falling forward to the 43 with about 35 seconds to go.
Well, to let them snap it.
There's Gary Beeben throwing one over in the direction of George Farmer, and a flag goes down, and let's see if the intentional grounding will be tacked on UCLA. Intentional grounding of a forward pass brings the ball back to the 37-yard line.
And the clock starts.
And it is a loss of a down, too. So it's 2nd down now and about 15. And Beeben swarmed by Jim Gunn, number 56, and time has expired. And the University of Southern California Trojans.
You're where the action is. Where Chevrolet separates the men from the boys with Corvette 68 and Camaro SS, another sports department star. Inside, outside, Camaro SS says new. Striking new instrumentation. New V-shaped grille. New Astro ventilation for draft-free comfort. 350 or 396 cubic inches V8 available. Camaro SS. Wide oval tires. A very special suspension. Camaro SS, the hugger. Where's it all happening? The sports department at your Chevrolet dealers.
Yes, sir. A man can get real comfortable with Carter Hall, the comfortable tobacco. Carter Hall smokes comfortably mild, smooth-tasting pipeful after pipeful. with a comfortable, pleasing aroma.
That's nice.
That's Carter Hall. Get real comfortable. Get Carter Hall, the comfortable tobacco.
Meet new Super King size Salem with the extra length that refreshes your taste a few moments longer. And aren't you glad? Just a few moments more to make friends with the neighbor's dog. Or to rinse out a few things. Here's the one menthol taste worth making longer. New Super King size Salem refreshes your taste a few moments longer.
How would you like to join my team? The Noxema team. The world's best shaved men all belong. We have a cheer on the Noxema team. Take it off, take it off, take it all off. Sis, boom, ba, Noxema. Remember our cheer and take it off with Noxema medicated shave.
Closer you shake